What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Nerds of UVM. I'm your host, David. I'm joined by my friend Luke.
Hey, everybody.
I'm joined by my friend Bob.
Hello.
And I'm joined by my friend Io.
Hey, what's up?
For those of you who don't know, this is a roundtable discussion show where we talk about all things nerdy. Oh, I totally forgot to do that in the last episode.
Well, you warm
We're
back
getting
up.
back into swing of things. It's the second semester of this this school year, not this calendar year, and I'm rolling back into it. We got a topic that we're just gonna roll right into. Do you want to lead us off with it, Io?
Oh, yeah.
All right. So what are we talking about?
We're talking about the Punisher.
Very
Season
fancy.
one.
Nice.
Or, yeah.
Yeah, it's one. It felt like two because
Yeah.
it was in, like we just said, it was in there. He was introduced in Daredevil, and you basically got his whole arc. But season 2, oh my god, I loved it.
Season 1 of Punisher.
Whatever. For me, it's season 2. For me, it's season 2 because Daredevil season 2 was his one.
Right. Okay, I get you. I haven't seen the entire show yet. I've only seen like the first 3 episodes, I want to say.
But that's a good starting point.
Seen it at all.
That's a good
You
starting
haven't
point.
seen it at all?
No.
Why not?
Oh,
I don't know, man.
You SOB.
I'm watching Full Metal Alchemist right now, so
Don't try that. You
don't do that.
can't watch an anime while you're in school. That's irresponsible. That's dangerous. Oh my god. All right. So, Io, lead us off.
So, yeah, I think the show was pretty good, and John is a really good actor. He portrayed Punisher like how it's supposed to be in the comics, and that really got to me. And we've got Micro, which is like the supporting character, and he just did a really great job. And I just think the show is really good. You should see it.
Are you a hardcore Punisher fan?
Well, not really.
No, you don't have. You haven't read his comics or anything like that?
But, well, a bit.
Okay.
As a kid, yeah. But you don't remember it a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. So. Okay.
I will say I've definitely liked these this Punisher from the 3 episodes that I've seen. I like it better than any of the Punisher movies I've seen.
Oh yeah, they put those to shame.
Yeah.
Yeah, it actually feels like these Punisher movies actually feel a lot like Judge Dredd in a lot of ways.
They do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Judge Dredd is a weird series in general. That's my only comment on it.
Now, Bob, I'm sure your perspective is probably a little bit different from the rest of ours, as like you're a vet and everything like that.
Yeah.
A military vet, not a veterinarian.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Okay, so first of all, I never went through any of the hardcore stuff all of those guys went through.
Mm-hmm.
It's some similarities, I will say that. Like readjusting back into the real world after the military is very difficult, so I identify with that aspect. Just feeling left behind, I guess, is the best way I could put it. Like you just feel left behind. You're not with like within like a stable, not like going to war is a stable environment, but like you get close with a lot of people. You get close with a lot of people in really a short period of time. You got to rely on each other. You have to have each other's back within minute 1. I don't know. Like there is like a huge because I was civilian in college, then I went into the military, and then I'm back in college, and like it's just like a huge black and white difference, to be honest. Like you get so much different perspectives while in the military, for like just for everything, to be honest. Like you meet people from all over the country. It's like the best way to meet people from all over the country, especially like some good old Southern boys if you want to meet them. A lot of good old Southern boys that I liked hanging out with. But yeah, I mean, just like that's actually what I loved. Like the action scenes were amazing. Really well paced story. I was worried about 13 episodes, but I thought they used it pretty well. But like the things that I loved the most was like the emotional trauma of Frank not like, because that's what a lot of vets have trouble with, is like they don't want to face, what the group therapy was attempting to do. They don't want to face those problems. They don't want to talk about anything. We just want to keep it up. We just want to keep it bottled up inside, which can be very bad. And I just like the fact that at the end, at the end of the day, the message was you have to talk about this stuff.
Yeah.
You have to move on.
Yeah.
And that was Frank's biggest problem. He could not move on.
Yeah. I mean, Frank obviously had a rough time over there from the episodes I've seen, but he had a little bit of a worse time because his like family was gunned down in front of him. So like he's got stuff going on.
Yeah. Totally,
He's got
totally.
stuff. I will say like I mean, I'm sort of I'm on the outside of it a little bit in terms of like understanding the particular. I mean, it's actually it's very similar to, I don't know if it's very similar, but I'm closer to the situation that I feel like with any of the other Marvel Netflix characters and their particular issue or their particular conflicts. I can relate to them, I can empathize with them, but like this one sticks a little bit closer to me because I'm not military, but my dad is.
Yeah.
And so I hear stories every day about like the feeling of being left behind. Particularly there was that one scene for the private military organization that people were trying out for.
Anvil.
Anvil, yeah, where the guy sort of alluded to like, all right, you have all these skills, but like nobody's giving you an opportunity for them. Nobody's helping you out, try to find a new place for them. And I hear that kind of story all the time in my dad's military circle and stuff like that. So I think it's actually, I mean, much to like the same way that Luke Cage presented a lot of issues or Jessica Jones presented a lot of issues.
Yeah.
I think it's really cool that Netflix Punisher presents a lot of these like issues that don't really get talked about in a proper way or present them in a way that people can see displayed on real life almost. I always liked the acting of John Bernthal, even when he was playing Shane in The Walking Dead, a character that I despised. He does a phenomenal job. John Bernthal is the perfect Punisher, in my opinion.
He is,
and he
Punisher.
takes the job so seriously too. That's the other thing.
He's a great Punisher.
He has a lot of reverence for the character. He has a lot of respect for the character, and I think that's important when you're doing any character in literature or fiction that is loved because of what the character represents, which I think is great. I gotta say though, I don't really, from what I've seen, I'm not really loving any other character in the show except for Deborah Ann Wool, who I already have like an attachment to. Karen Page.
I think you're gonna love Micro.
Micro?
Yeah. Micro. It takes like for I can't remember how many episodes he was actually introduced. But have you seen Micro yet?
Yeah, I've seen him in episode 2 and episode 3. So I've seen like the whole thing when like Punisher like goes to Micro's house and like starts messing with him, saying like, "Oh, I know where your wife is," and like I'm getting involved in your family life a little bit. Yeah, so I see him.
That evolves, but Micro I think is great because he's basically the yin to Frank Castle's yang.
Okay.
Like Frank is a head-on Marine warrior. He will face everything head on. Well, in this show kind of talks about how you can't always do that, Frank. You're gonna get killed eventually.
Yeah.
So Micro is a great is like the great back office, like eye in the sky type of guy.
Okay.
Like who watches his back pretty well.
Right.
And he also is like he's also more of a conscience to Frank.
Okay.
Cause like Micro, in episode 3, you know he got betrayed too.
Yes.
You know he got betrayed, and that's not going to be a big spoiler for you because that's basically how these two guys come together.
Yeah.
They were betrayed by the similar people, but eventually Micro goes along with all this killing, but he's like, Frank, what is this going to get you at the end?
Mm-hmm.
Like Frank, we have to think about the end game. End game isn't just going to be us killing them. It's going to have to because there's always going to be someone else.
Yeah.
The end game has to be we have to make sure this doesn't happen to another Frank Castle family.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
That's true. That's good to see. I'm glad to see that it involves a little bit more. Something I do want to ask. The FBI bores me to tears. Or what is it? Not the FBI, it's the CIA or something like that?
No, the female character is an FBI agent.
Yeah. That whole arc bores me to literal tears. Every
gets
time
better.
Every time I saw it in the first few episodes, I'm like, oh my god, just go back to Frank Castle, that's all I care about.
That did drag a little bit in the first half of the season. I do not want to try to spoil. I will say it does get better.
Okay.
She really does. She develops as a character better.
Okay.
And it's hard. It's in that government agency because Frank was betrayed by the government. It's hard to know who to trust.
Yeah.
That was great about the show too. I'm looking at all these the bosses of the bosses of the bosses. I'm like, does he know? Does he know something? Just you know how these espionage shows go. Because it's always gonna be that headstrong boss that says, "Oh, you can't. What are you talking about? That case is closed."
Mhm.
You know, like you just go from that, and you're like, "Oh, is that person behind it too?"
Okay.
And you just like that's what's good about the show too.
Okay. All right. Very
And
cool.
it's not predictable.
It's not
Yeah.
predictable.
So
Okay.
unpredictable.
Have you seen Mr. Robot?
I know of it.
Yeah, it's kind of like that.
Oh, really?
Twists and turns the entire
Yeah,
way.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there's things you did not see coming.
Okay. All right. That's good to hear. I might watch a little bit tonight, actually. I also gotta watch The Crown too, but that's like a whole other topic.
That's a good series. That's a good series too. I've seen the.
Have you seen season 2?
Yeah.
Do you watch The Crown? You ever seen it? No.
No.
It's pretty cool. I think it's Netflix's most highly produced TV series.
How's because I know it's hit or miss. How's the action in the show? Because I know Daredevil so good, but
The
then
gun-
you get
the-
like
The gunplay that I've seen is phenomenal.
It's
I will
Good.
say it is the most vicious Netflix series.
see,
Yeah.
and that's what also gave it a lot of flack too, because unfortunately it came on the heels of some stuff.
Well, it was planned
Right.
to come out in August, I believe.
No, it was actually planned to come out by NYC Comic Con. They were going to do a
Oh, in
surprise drop.
October.
Yeah, they were going to do a surprise drop, but then I think the Vegas incident happened. I think it was
Well, the
Vegas.
Vegas happened in October, yes.
And
yeah,
then
the Charlottesville was in August is one thing.
I can't remember, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But like a couple of things did happen.
yeah.
And a lot of critics, I think, lambasted it because of the fact that it had a lot of gun violence.
Mhm.
And I get that, but I think it also doesn't give it a fair shake.
No. Yeah.
Okay.
So even though
I-
critically it wasn't received as well, personally and on like a acting note, it's one of the best Netflix series.
Well,
Okay.
that's what I've seen. Like it looks phenomenal. What I've seen has been phenomenal. I think to critique the gunplay is fair, but also you have to understand that's this character.
Exactly.
That's who
exactly.
it is. Like you can't.
And that's what a lot of people defended it. And like
Yeah.
you
Like-
can't like just scrub it off.
yeah, like that'd be like saying like,
Vampires without blood.
yeah,
Exactly,
or,
yeah,
or,
yeah.
to, or to like create or to critique another character because
Just
like
look
a
at them and
part of
change
who
the
they are is
plot.
like a hot button issue or something like that. So like, I mean, I don't know if it's a great example, but like that'd be like I don't know.
That'd be like
That-
Darth
that-
Vader going nice.
No.
Yeah, well, not even that, but it's like I don't know. It's like take if like a core factor of like a character's identity is like critiqued because it's like something like drastic about it just happened.
Well,
It's like,
yeah, like it's kind of like also like the John Rambo situation, you know, like these
or like John Wick or something like that.
these
Yeah.
these are characters that are gonna go out and like shoot people, no mercy type of deal, and it's just it had that unfortunate issue of timing.
Yeah.
When it released.
Yeah, so I will definitely get back into it. I hope to finish it before I get too sucked into work.
Yeah, depending on when I finish editing stuff tonight, I might check out the first episode.
Oh, you definitely have to. It's a great first episode.
Sweet.
It
It's
is.
probably, from what I've seen, the most aggressive too.
Okay.
Like there is an end sequence where it's like, ugh, kind of needs to just like get up and just like go for a breath of fresh air. Honestly, it's kind of how I felt like after every single Punisher episode because they're great, but it's also like,
It's intense.
whew, how do you
You
do
know, I
Take a
wouldn't
moment.
say it's not like a binge-worthy series. I think because of the violence. Like I think
you need
just
a, you need a moment. You just
like,
need to get away and you just
get
need
like
to,
do like two like do like. I honestly burned through it. I burned through it within like 4 days.
yeah.
But I paced it as much as I could.
Mhm.
Okay.
I so like 13 episodes, so that's like 3 episodes a day.
Yeah.
So that was good for me. Like if you want to go like 2 or 3 episodes.
That's what I ended up doing when I saw Jessica Jones for the first time because that
Me too.
was very like intense in
Yeah.
its theming. So I would like watch an episode or 2 at a time.
That's interesting you say that because like I thought the theming was also intense, but I was also just like for Jessica Jones I was like, God, this is so interesting. Like, I gotta keep getting
No,
through it.
yeah. It was
I gotta keep
very
going.
interesting.
Like, cause it's like a lot of it is gross, but it's also like, oh my God, I gotta keep watching. Like, this has just got my attention. need to
I
keep
binge
moving.
watched the first little string where she sees David Tennant's character for the first time.
Mm,
Yeah.
And then like I watched like the next 3 episodes.
Yeah, for Punisher, because of, I mean, I'm not really affected by. I mean, I look at the violence as like, hopefully potential like future like job opportunities for what I want to do. You know, being a
okay.
stuntman. Like I look at the camera angles. I look at how they hold the guns because. Honestly, like even the thumb placements on like a handgun is very, very, very important.
Well, they're also always looking for military consultants, as far as I understand.
I know, but like just for me, like that's why I had to hold back on the binging because I was like, this choreography for the action scenes is so well
So
done.
you want to be able to process.
Oh
it.
my god, yeah. Especially like when they get into how micro gets involved with a lot of the stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, good stuff. Well, then I think we should just end it there then.
Yeah, I'm good.
That's good. Yeah, go see Punisher.
Yeah.
But keep watching us, and if you want to keep doing that, just consider subscribing to our YouTube channel. The link will be right here, and following us on our social media. We're right there. And then that's kind of it. Go see Punisher, watch more Nerds of UVM. But until next time, I've been David.
I've been Luke.
I've been Bob.
I've been Ayo.
And this has been Nerds of UVM. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, live long and prosper.
Frank Castle.